In this short video we're just going to show you some of the equipment that we use to actually test the biocontents of fuels. This is a little Delphi YDT 553 unit. It comes in a nice field based cabinet. The idea what you want is all protected, nice heavy foam. You actually get 3 of these sample bottles and a larger bottle. It's got a chargeable battery that does last a very long time. Good instructions and fault codings. You can plug this lead into the back of the unit, into a laptop to actually generate a database and email to clients the findings, because it gives you actually quite a good readout on the software. So the samples that we were dealing with yesterday that I'll keep utilising, which are our road diesel from the forecourt that we've done particulate on, and also our red commercial diesel used on farms, emergency generators, fire pumps, as described yesterday, and various other industries that utilise it in very high bulk stored liquids. In volume, sorry. So there's a misconception, I think, on what has biocontent and what doesn't. Now, you'll all obviously know your standard road diesel has biocontent. Now, there's 2 trains of thought on the commercial red aspect. A lot believe that there is not any percentage of biocontent in there. So this is just something I want to prove. If you find that you have got biocontent in your diesel, on the red commercial diesel, and your equipment is not been accepted to run a bioform, then you need to have a word with your supplier and ask for a non-bio content on commercial red, because I'm sure that there are percentages allowable on the bio content, because realistically you can have a refined red diesel that is actually your road diesel with the red dye in, and the cetane index flash points can be identical, and they can be of a lower spec as well on the red commercial diesel. So this is the little Delphi unit. It's a very nice unit. This here is the probe. So as that goes into the sample container, this probe fills up and balances through the top here where part of the sensor is. The sensor actually goes all the way down the unit. So I'll just take this bottom sensor off, this protective part of the sensor, just so you can actually see it. Like I said on the other videos, everyone likes to see. So this is the probe. That's all it is. It takes and calculates all the readings. So and these are obviously the 2 samples that we had that we'll be utilising today. So I'm just going to clean this probe off. We use an electrical cleaning solution for electronics, but we find it works well, and it's been authorised by the manufacturers. So I'll just pause for now. I'll clean this unit, just make sure it is clean, and then we'll start a test. So I've cleaned the probe, and I'm just putting it on its, it does have its, you have to calibrate. I'm just trying to get that in focus for you. There we go, calibration complete. So what we can do now is we can actually put this in our fluid. So we'll just gently put that in, and obviously these containers are designed for the unit itself. And on here now, this is the measure button, so we'll just press measure. It takes about 22 seconds to do a measurement, then it will do an audible alarm. We'll remove it then from the fluid and wait a further 55 seconds, and then it gives you your reading of the bio content or any of the forms of contaminants that are in there. and what the bio is made of. So there's our alarm. So we can now withdraw it from our road fuel, standard forecourt fuel, and we'll just wait now. And as it says on there, 40 odd, 50 odd seconds. So I'll just pause that for now until we're ready to get a reading. So there's about 3 seconds left. None now. So here we have now, it's our audible alarm, and we've got 2.5% bio. That's the content of that fuel that we had. So going back in the how the bio was made up, we used to have 2%, now we're at 5, now we're at 7 that can be produced and put on the forecourts. So like I say, this one's got 2.5. So we can exit that. As it tells you now, clean the probe before we do our next test. So I'll pause this for now, clean the probe, and then we'll take a sample. Well, we've got the sample ready. We'll take a test then of our commercial red diesel. See you shortly. So the probe has been cleaned and it's been recalibrated. So our calibration, so we can now exit from that, and we're now ready for our measurement. So like before, we rest it on the neck of our sampling bottles that you get with it, and all we need to do then is just actually press measure, and it's the same period of time, 20 odd seconds, the audible alarm, and then we leave it for 50 odd seconds and it gives us a count of percentage. So this is commercial red diesel, and let's just see if it's got a bio content. So we remove that now from the fuel, and we'll leave it now for around 50 seconds. So I'll pause this until nearer the time. So we're just counting down now. Just move this around. So it's now telling us 0.6 biodiesel. So, as we all know, with the road diesel, the problems with that, it's not used quickly, but it being hygroscopic, it absorbs moisture. Now, even though you've got 0.6% of bio in this, you will have the same impacts and the same effects of absorption of moisture to pollute and contaminate your fuel holding, unless you've requested absolute, as in no bio, which I think you're going to struggle at getting no minor percentage contents on from the refineries or your supplier in this day and age. Right, well, I hope that was interesting for you, and like I say, commercially red, indicated 0.6%. Many thanks, catch you on the next one.